Photography software to take a picture of a ball cap. This is the main UI of ShutterStream product photography software. I've connected my camera via USB to my computer. Let's first enable the live view. This is actually a live view of what your camera sees. As you can see, my hand going back and forth in front of the camera. Next, what I'll want to do is position my cap as required. Once we've established our shooting angle, our next step is to pre-crop the object. I will enable the crop button and click and drag on the live view window to define the shooting area. Now, the live view with the crop, you can actually define your crop in a specific ratio if required. For instance, if you need your images at 500 by 500 for your website, what you could do is in the options area, in crop options, you can say always crop at a perfect square or else a custom ratio if required. So let's crop in a perfect square, and you will see when I drag my crop it is defined at a 1:1 ratio. So let's go ahead and position our crop over our object. The next thing we'll want to do is adjust our camera settings as required. And as I make changes to my shutter, my aperture, my white balance, and my sensitization, you can see the changes are reflected in real time on the monitor screen. This is exposure simulation is built in to the live view that we see on the screen. So we've cropped our object, we've ensured our camera settings are correct for shooting. I'll probably make it one stop darker. You can also save your camera settings. So if you find a camera settings that work best for your lighting environment, you could say my settings hat. Okay, you will see it's retained in a drop down along with other settings. So after we've done that, we'll simply hit the snap button. This actually captures the image and uploads it directly to our computer. Within seconds we can see if we have a high quality result. I'll go and take a look at it 1:1. As you can see, a very high quality image captured in just seconds. Next thing we'll want to do is take maybe another angle of this hat. So maybe we want to show it from the other side. And once again, we will hit snap. Again, it's keeping our exact same crop from our previous shot. So we're going to have consistent cropping from shot to shot. The next one, maybe we'll want just a picture of the back as well. Okay, looks good. I actually just move this back just a tad. And pardon the back of the hat not being fitted properly, but we'll capture as required. And we can see down we have 3 images. As these images are captured, they're uploaded to the thumbnail viewing gallery, and we can click and view these as required. Our next step will be to go and output these images for our desired application. So maybe it's for our website, and typically websites require a pure white background. We actually have an image editing tool that's very user-friendly built inside the software that allows us to make a few small changes to achieve a pure white background when we're shooting images with a consistent background in the first place. So I'll grab my eyedropper tool up here in the top right, and if you watch the RGB, this is actually going to, as I move my mouse over the object, it's going to define whatever color value it is. More specifically, I wish to look at the white parts of the frame to ensure that it is 255, 255, 255, which is pure white. Unfortunately, we're not quite there, but through a small change to our levels tool, what I can do is make that adjustment, and that is going to turn that kind of off-white background into a pure white background. The next thing I want to do maybe is just make a small adjustment to my sharpness, and then I will hit apply to all. So this batch set of images, all 3 images that I've shot and imported into the image editing area, I can make a change and through batch process basically apply those changes to the image. As you can see, operation complete. So we've got our 3 images, high quality, captured, pure white backgrounds. Simply from here, what we wish to do is output our images. I'll be using the dynamic save tool, and this is a pretty cool feature because what we can do inside of here is basically output each one of these images at multiple different times, multiple different image sizes and pixels, resolutions, format, saving to different folders if required. So we have our 3 images. I'm going to call this Alabama hat, and then basically our name is going to be Alabama hat -thumbnail -1. Then it'll be Alabama hat dash thumbnail dash 2 dash 3, etc. For the second image that I'm saving at 500 pixels wide, it'll be Alabama hat dash product page, because that's how I define I want this image for my product page, at 500 pixels wide. And the last one will be outputting at 1,000 pixels wide. The other option is to, instead of naming sequentially and numerically, what we could do is put right view, left view, back. And this will define individual, basically image 1, 2, 3 in the order that they're in the program. So I'll just add an additional dash here and here. And simply when it's good to go, I can hit the OK button. They're going to be saved out. Note you can also transfer images directly to an FTP site if required, or also stamp your own company logo as a watermark onto these images. I'll hit OK. And it will process through these 3 images, saving each of them 3 different times at 3 different sizes. Operation complete. Let's go and take a look at our images here. They went to this folder here. And we can see, so these will be the 500 pixels wide image. Once again, pure white background, very high quality. The next one will be our thumbnails at 150 pixels. And then last will be our 1,000 pixel wide image. Once again, if we were shooting, because we defined at a perfect square, all these images are at 500 by 500, 150 by 150, and 1,000 by 1,000. One more thing I'd like to show inside of the program just before we finish up is a feature called the image overlay feature. A lot of online sellers do require image inconsistency. So maybe this is kind of the standard product view that I wish. What I can do is go ahead and click on the overlay and hit create. And what you're going to see here is after I've created an overlay, it gives me a transparent overlay. So when I'm ready to shoot my next ball cap, I'll simply go ahead and position it in the exact same angle as my previously shot ball cap. And there we go, looks good to go, and simply from here, and you can save multiple image overlays inside of the program. So I'll call this hat angle 1. Once again, you can save multiple and you can go and load these as required. So that's basically ShutterStream. Very simple, very fast, very efficient. Great tool for saving businesses a lot of time and money when creating product photography. Thank you.